What's up, TikTok? It's 2:37 in the morning, day after election day. Just waking up. Looks like he won. This is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all voted for. I'm not surprised. On my TikTok page, I try to keep things neutral, but I wasn't pulling for him. We had a chance to make history, and instead, America did what it usually does, and, it did what it usually does. As a black man, I'm not surprised. And for anyone that's watching this and say, oh, you guys are always pulling a race card. Yeah, you don't know what it's like to be in my skin. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to be in a room full of people who don't look like you. You don't know what that level of discomfort feels like, and, this time around, I don't know what's going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen when he won the first time. So I'm just really recording this for my own documentation because I got to get ready for work. You guys, if anybody watches my videos, I'm usually in my work uniform. So I'm getting ready to throw on my work uniform. I'm getting ready to go to work. I work with a lot of Trump supporters, and I'm sure they're going to be gloating and saying whatever they want to, and I'm just going to keep my headphones on and keep working, because you all voted for a man who literally told you what he was going to do. You all voted for a man that said all this hellacious stuff, and he attacked so many groups of people, and because you yourselves weren't being attacked, you feel comfortable voting for him. And so America's gonna get what it finally deserves, and I'm just gonna sit here and watch, because America's gonna America, I guess.
Welcome back to another episode of Just Another Number. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded an episode, but here we go. We had an election this week. A crazy one. We all know who won. There's some doubt there in my mind, but, I'm not going to promote conspiracies on YouTube. But there are a lot of people that are hurt about this, especially mainly black women. They're upset. Not just black women, black people in general. Did he really win? Did he really win? I don't know. I really don't know that. I'm really trying to put my mind around that. Like, did he really win? Because realistically speaking, it does look a little shady, but we don't want to come off sounding like all those January 6s. We don't want to come off sounding like all those people who we called crazy back then. All those Stop the Steal people. We don't want to come off sounding like them. But at the end of the day, this is your reality. This is what you voted for. This is what you wanted. So you're going to get what you're going to get. And, we got to prepare. We got to prepare. Now, I'll be honest, though. Black people, we going to make it. We going to be all right. And I'm only talking to black people when I say this, because if you look at those numbers, if you look at the numbers, we stuck together. They always say that we're not unified. They always say that we ain't really, we ain't got it all. We always killing each other. All this black on black crime, all this. No. So we ain't got no more time for that. We ain't got no more time for the 50-50 divide, and we ain't got no more time for none of that. None of that. We gotta have our own back. Because ain't nobody gonna have our own back. Facts. You look at that chart. They stuck together. All those people stuck together. Against us. I said this in one of my TikTok videos the other day. They all stuck together against us. They all did. I don't care if this turns off some people. I don't care how you feel about it. No. No, y'all got what y'all want. Y'all got what y'all want. This man ran one of the worst campaigns in presidential history. This man didn't give you no details outside of who to hate. You voted for hate, all of you. I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it PG, but I don't know how long that's gonna last. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all voted for hate. And like, oh man, 1-7, you just coming back. You know, you're gonna be alienating some people. I'm already alienating people just by the way I look. I'm already alienating you. You take one look at me and you just, exactly. Stereotypes exist for a reason. They've always existed. Just like racism has always existed in this country. It's always existed. And it ain't going nowhere no time soon. It's gonna be there. It's in the blood of America as a whole. It's always gonna be there. What are we gonna do about it? As black people, what are we going to do about it? Survive. That's the only thing we can do. That is one of the best things. That is one of the things we are best at. We can adapt better than anybody. We are better at surviving than anyone. I don't care what the numbers say. No people on this planet have been oppressed like we have and still managed to come out on top. Oh yeah. We've given birth to new genres of music, new creative art forms. We are the chosen people. Oh, I know how many people are gonna get upset about that. We are the chosen people. Yeah, we gonna catch some hell. Yeah, that's why they always try to keep us down. That's why they always try to keep us down. And you say, man, you preaching hate. I ain't preaching hate. I didn't say one hateful thing just now. Not one thing. I'm just here trying to give us some sense of upliftment or uplifting. Because like Kendra said all them years ago, we gonna be all right. We are. We gonna be good. As a matter of fact, it's time for everybody else to bear the brunt of what's going on. It's everybody else's turn. Yeah, it is. So that's what I'm talking about today on this episode. You know, it's that's what it is. We gonna be all right.
Whew, baby. They say a rising tide lifts all boats. That's what we thought we could do. 92% of black women voted for Kamala. I will just speak for myself right now. I will not presume about my sisters. But I knew goddamn well I was bargaining. I was bargaining with karma. The karma of this country. Maybe we could stave off the karma. We could sidestep it. We could change the trajectory. But too many boats had holes in them. Too many. Way too many. The only thing that this country seems to hate more than women in general is black women in particular. Ain't no dancing around that anymore. Yes, black women are woke. Whoop-de-fucking-do. No shit, Dick Tracy. That's 'cause we don't ever really sleep well. Always one eye open. Being acrobatic. Dancers trying to catch that other shoe before it falls and hits the ground. Karma said, fuck all you bitches. It's time for this country to pay the piper. And I don't think I'm gonna feel sad about it at all. That's what y'all wanted. Clearly.
That was powerful. That was powerful. Millions of us have said it already. This is what y'all wanted. It's what you wanted. Now, I said this again. I said this in my TikTok video. What was it? It was 2:37 in the morning, the day after election, waking up. I said it then. I said, oh, America's going to finally get what it deserves. And it's true, because this is what you wanted. Now, when you look at the electoral map, you know, when they go to red and blue, you see all that red. You see all that red. And there was so much at stake. There was so much on the line. And everyone was just selfish. They didn't think about everything as a collective. Or maybe they did. Maybe they thought about it as a collective, excluding us. Maybe they were that selfish. Because they can try to hide it. They can try to gloss over it and say, oh, it was economic this and economic that. If you know how the economy works, which most of you don't, but if you know how policy works, which most of you don't, if you know how Congress works, which most of you don't, you know that things trickle down. You know that things take time. If you're not in that upper echelon, if you're not in that upper class, or if you're not in the lobbyist class, the class of the wealthy, if you're not up there, then it's always going to take a long time for things to get to you, no matter what they pass. People were saying, oh, he gave us $1,200. And you use that as an excuse to vote for him? Like, did you listen to any of this shit that came out? Oh well, first cuss word. Did you listen to any of the shit that came out of his mouth? On the Uncultured Roots podcast that I do with brothers Hirsch and Fly, I specifically said, listen to what the candidates themselves are saying. Take out the news punditry. Take out the lies. Well, all politicians lie. Let's call it what it is. But take out all the noise that you hear from other people and listen to the candidates themselves. Listen to them. Make your decision based off of what they are saying. None of you did it. Or maybe you did, because, all he did was talk about how stupid people were. He didn't give you no real policies. He didn't say, hey, this is what I'm gonna do to help you. All he did is talk about the people he didn't like. And you stupid motherfuckers voted for him. I'm calling you stupid motherfuckers because, yes, you are. You got duped. And the beautiful part about this stuff here, about people making videos and all of this stuff lives forever. Everything that we put out in the open lives forever. But the difference between me and most people, where if I am proved wrong, I'll give it up to you. Hey, I apologize. I was wrong. This is what I was thinking and feeling at this time. But I ain't gonna be wrong. Not about him. If you really know, if you really knew the history of this country, if you really understood what racism was, which most other races people seem to have forgotten, or maybe haven't experienced it the way that black people have. See, black people vote out of survival. We vote out of necessity. We don't have the luxury of being able to, oh, we're just going to sit this election out. I mean, don't get me wrong. Black people are not a monolith, and we have some stragglers in our group. We have some who we wish would get on the same page. But again, we're not a monolith. We ain't all going to go along with the program. We're going to have people that are contrarians just to be contrarians. The thing is, and this goes for all of us, every race of people, every human being on this earth, when you are wrong, own it. Don't run from it. Don't make excuses. Don't dilly-dally or bullshit your way around it. Just own it. Y'all fucked up this time. And y'all fucked up bad. Because I'm going to tell you, the sisters, they're upset. Black people are no longer trustworthy. We're always on the front lines to throw our necks out there to support people's causes because we know a thing or two about being oppressed. And so when we see other people being oppressed, it's like, hey, let's try to stick by their side. Let's try to help them because we know what's around the corner. If we can stand with these people, then maybe, just maybe, it'll delay them getting to us. But somehow, we wasn't speaking the same language. Somehow, y'all missed that message. It wasn't important to y'all. It wasn't important to y'all. And for the Hispanic community, you know, hey, man, from the looks of it, y'all about to go through it. From how it looks. This denaturalization of the citizenship thing. Hey, they told y'all what they was going to do. You just thought it wasn't going to affect you. Well, I'm a natural citizen now. Then they got all three branches of government now. Let me say that again. They got all three branches of government now. They can make whatever rule they want. They can change whatever laws they want. And guess what? The Supreme Court already said, the president, well, specifically him, he's immune. He can break whatever laws we got on the books because, you know, I mean, it's our land. You know, the other people, they're the ones that have always been in power. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to go as far as to say, hey, you know, who can you blame for most of the people? I mean, who can you blame for most of the problems? Black people ain't been in charge. Last time I checked, Asians haven't been in charge. Last time I checked, Hispanics haven't been in charge. Last time I checked, Native Americans haven't been in charge for hundreds of years. The country wasn't what it is today when it was their land. Even though, you know, black people have been coming over here for centuries doing trades and everything else with them. But, you know, for some reason, when black people coming over here, we wasn't trying to take their land. Read your history. Read the right history. Not the propaganda that's written for you. To say, hey, you know, because the quote unquote winners decide history. The winners, the brutal ones, the ones who kick. Well, you know. the brutal winners of history get to write history. From their point of view, from their lens. So all of history is slanted when you really think about it. Unless you can read from the oppressed, if the oppressed were allowed to tell their version of historical events. But whatever. But it ain't been us. We ain't been in charge. And from the looks of it, we still not. So, Obama had 8 years. Really? Do you know anything about how this government works? Do you know anything about the executive branch and how it's all Congress? You have to pass bills for the president to sign them. There ain't never been a majority of black people in Congress. And I don't give a shit what party. I don't give a shit what side of the aisle. They ain't look like us. And as I wrap this up, the Democratic Party is going to be in trouble because the sisters, black women, are the backbone of that party. And right now, they don't trust anybody. Y'all put out a bunch of propaganda talking so much shit about black men, about how they not gonna support the sister. And yet we did. And I seen some of our sisters apologizing. We're sorry. We sorry we fell for that. Y'all showed up and showed out for us. We ain't have a problem with it. We supporting everybody black. Just about, as long as you're talking right. And to my black Republicans, black conservatives, hey man, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. But the only thing I know, if you supported by the Klan, the Proud Boys, or any of them so-called good old boys or white supremacist network of folks, I can't support the same people they support because we ain't got the same agenda. It's deeper than money. It's deeper than money. I know what side y'all would have picked. So many of y'all try to say, oh, you voted for your pockets. You know when Trump got elected the first time, he was riding off Obama's economy? And do you know when Obama got elected, the economy was fucked up because George Bush crashed it? So a black man came in, cleaned it up, took a while, took us some time, got 4 years to clean it, and then got reelected to a second term. Things started turning around. Things were looking good. I did well in the Obama years. I didn't do well in the Trump years. I didn't. But I'm just giving you my testimony. I'm just giving you my perspective. Whether you choose to agree or not, I don't care. You don't have to. But to drive the point home, there's no way in holy fuck that I could sit up here and support the same people that white supremacists support. Can't do it. And they mostly tend to support Republicans. Hard for me to support Republican Party. I can't vote for the same thing them clowns vote for because we ain't got the same interest. They have an interest in keeping people who look like me and darker oppressed. Their agenda is to keep us down. Hell, if they could, they would deport us. Where they gonna send us? Because they stole us from somewhere everywhere. But for all the Latinos and everyone else, well, you know where you going. You ain't gonna be here. See, because it's a numbers game. See, black people have been at 13, 14% for a long time. But y'all surpassed us. Y'all surpassed us. And while you were on the way to surpassing us, white people numbers were dwindling. That's why they're trying to fix all this abortion stuff. So with your numbers rising and their numbers dwindling, what's the next what's the next best thing they can do? Oh, I'm sure you connected the dots by now. To get rid of your ass. To send you back over there, whether you was born here or not. And because the men, mostly, because you chose not to stand by us, because you couldn't vote for a woman. You couldn't vote for a woman, let alone a black one. Hey, well, time to pay the piper. I meant what I said by this country's going to finally get what it deserves, and it is finally going to get what it deserves. Now, what does it deserve? Is that a threat? How can I make a threat? I'm one little person. But just think about it. If you know the history about America, it's not all rainbows and roses. We do not have the best reputation around the world. That is for a reason. That is for a reason. When people who have passports, they find out just how much people like America. But you know, that's neither here nor there. And to bring it all back full circle, black folks, we gonna be all right. We off duty. We off duty for the next 4 years. It's y'all turn now. It's everybody else's turn. Y'all can step up, huh? Have your marches, huh? Have your coalitions. It won't include us. Won't include us. I mean, sure, it might be a few black people peppered in there, but it won't be us as a collective. I stand with the collective because black folks have always stood with the fucking collective. And the collective is supposed to include everybody, every race of people. We always try to do what benefits everybody. We have all y'all back, but you don't have ours. Oh well. So, y'all have fun. Y'all have fun. And I'm back doing my podcast. I'm back doing the Uncultured Roots podcast. So I'm going to be here to talk shit for as long as possible. So it is what it ain't. It is what it ain't. But we going to be all right. Y'all be smooth out there. I love y'all and keep y'all head up. Because at this point, we all just another number in the system.